This the book of Second Exodus, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, which I have told thee before. Then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Lord and Lai Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, rule web, and a great example to his younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful lit. And this another edition of Measured Out of Time Diligently, and we're gonna get right into it.
And it keeps getting darker and it keeps getting more sinister, in my humble opinion.
A debate is heating up over whether or not Texas children should be allowed in drag events. It comes after Dallas bar Mr. promoted their Saturday afternoon event as a family-friendly version of their shows and appropriate for kids of all ages. Children were invited to walk down the walkway and dance on stage with performers. The organizers said it was meant to promote inclusion and fun.
This is so crazy. It's hard not to think. I don't know what to think of this. What are we watching?
Yeah, I mean, I'm old enough to remember when.
This the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, he or she, and when he is old, when they come of age, he will not depart from it. So if you train up your child in the way they should go according to the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, when they are old, they won't depart from it. The same way Esau trained us up, or we was trained up as a nation. Everybody in this kingdom was trained up in wickedness, and wickedness just flourished. It'll be the same way if everybody was trained up in righteousness, man. It'll be the same thing. So if everybody was trained up in righteousness, this wouldn't be going on. This wouldn't even be a thought, man. This the book of Second Peter chapter 2. I started at 4. In verse 4 it say, for Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down into hell, and the angels that sinned are the Israelites. We are those angels that sin, and were cast down into hell, into chains of darkness. Yeah, the vile, decrepit, in this vile, decrepit, sinful flesh. These bodies that we're in, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. And I'm gonna keep going. Verse 6, and turned the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemning them, and that's the point. The Lord turned the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemning them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. So Sodom and Gomorrah was an example, because it was Sodom and Gomorrah. It was not Sodom was a city, Gomorrah was a city, and it was five neighboring cities. I mean, not five, three more cities with Sodom and Gomorrah. They all got destroyed for the lewd behaviors that was going on, and those were those Hamites um committing those acts, you know. And it was a whole bunch of LGBTQ, put it like that. That's what was going on there. The LGBTQ movement was going on there. That's why the scriptures say there's no new thing under the sun, you know. Let me get another one real quick. I gotta search it up though. Salaki. Because I'm reading this, the title of it, Drag Your Kids to Pride. Event draws outrage. And that's why So like that's how we know that this man is the man of sin, through the wickedness that he pushed and allows in his kingdom. This Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 13, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abominations. That's why the whole pride movement, this pride push is all wickedness, man. They pouring out abominations, man, dumping it out onto the world and onto the kids now, you know, and think it's cute. But hey, it's a judgment for that. So when you receive your recompense, when you receive recompense of your error for the things that you're doing, don't be looking crazy, man, because this judgment is gonna come upon all the earth for the wickedness, man. Ultimately America, but the whole earth is gonna be judged. You know, the Lord's finna let loose all hell upon this planet, man, because of the wickedness that's pushed and allowed in the earth. And Esau, Edom, you're the you were given the king seat of the earth. The earth was given into your hands, and look what you did. You know, it say, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. But the point is, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abominations. So you dragging your kids to pride drag your kids to pride, meaning you dragging them to basically go against the Most High. You training them up to be a anti-Messiah against the Lord, a Satanist, a a little demon, man. Let me get this real quick. This Ecclesiasticus chapter 15 and verse 13, the Lord hateth all abominations, and they that fear the Lord love it not. And we don't love these things. We hate this place, man, because it's full of wickedness, man. We vex daily with the filthy conversations of the wicked. Matter of fact, let's get back into 2 Peter. It say, and turn the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, and turn the citizens of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemning them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly, and delivered just Lot vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. And that's what we go through day to day in this wicked kingdom, man. Vexed daily with the filthy conversations of the wicked. The things you see on social media, things you see when you go to the stores now, you know.
Drag queen story hours were the things that we were outraged at because that's so clearly inappropriate. In this case, you've got a neon pink sign as a backdrop declaring it's not going to lick itself as adult drag performers are dancing and lip syncing and even collecting dollar bills from young kids as their parents were sipping on their drinks, having a good time.
A bookstore owner in Port Richey who has hosted drag queen story hours says it's legislating hatred.
Absolutely insane video. Back to you, Tucker.
Yeah, just don't get kids involved, obviously.
That's kind of on the lighter side, on the darker side. This story from North Carolina, where a preschool, James, uses these flashcards, so these things you kind of hold up like this. There we go.
Yep.
And they feature a pregnant man as a way of teaching little children about LGB blah blah blah, James.
Well, I mean, if they've got the iPhone, they've already got the pregnant man emoji with that. But yeah, again, this is, the revolution does not...
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Yeah, and the Lord is breaking this place down, and soon it's gonna be Mad Max broke down, man, because the Lord finna put a stop to this. This shit gotta stop. You know, it gotta stop. The Lord gonna do away with the, what the scriptures say. We hasten for a righteous kingdom. Roughly paraphrasing. I think it's right here in Second Peter chapter 3 and verse 13. It say Second Peter chapter 3 verse 13. Nevertheless, we according to His promise, Lord willing, we are part of that promise. Look for a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, and that's what we look for, man. Cause this shit gotta stop.
Sleep, it does not quit, and they will find every single avenue in to undermine anything that smacks of a traditional way of looking at the world.
And that's why the Lord called this place Babylon the Great, because all Babel mean is confusion. Babal meaning confusion. And this is the land of great confusion.
Thing that like,
culture
women
wars,
can't
stop
women
fighting
can't
the culture
men can't
wars,
get pregnant.
James.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pushing this insanity isn't a culture war,
No.
but saying, wait a second, this isn't a good
That's a
idea.
culture
That's
war.
a culture war.
Yeah.
But you know, this isn't even primary school. So we've seen it in high school, we've seen it in primary school, this is preschool. So these are children being taught colours. So these flashcards were actually used to teach toddlers and very young kids about different colours, and the images they used included a pregnant man. I mean, really, it's you can't laugh at this stuff, because this is it's an agenda, and it's being pursued
It is an
relentlessly.
agenda, and it keeps getting darker. Now let's talk quickly about the US Marines Pride bullets, James.
No. Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
James.
Well, I mean, this is just absolutely amazing to me, because what they've done is they've basically appropriated the Full Metal Jacket recruiting, movie poster from that Kubrick Vietnam War film, anti-war film, to promote the U.S. Marines and Pride Month.
The Washington Post, newspaper of record in the capital city of the land of the free, let's just remember that, has suspended one of its journalists for 1 month without pay, just for retweeting a Twitter post which said something to the effect of, all women are bi, you just have to figure out whether it's polar or sexual. That's not funny. That's not funny if anyone was watching. But David Weigel landed in hot water after his colleague drew attention to the fact that he had retweeted, not tweeted, just retweeted this joke from YouTuber Cam Harless. And keep in mind, you can flash your junk on the ABC and nothing happens, but you retweet a YouTuber at the Washington Post and you're gone for a month.
And this kingdom is gonna be soon gone forever, man. And you Edomites as well, man. You know, hey, this heathens are finna be placed in subjection. You're gonna be placed under the foot of Yahweh Shai, man. You know, soon. You know, but this place is done. That's pretty much the point. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to end to giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone rule, well been the great example to the young brothers in the truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah, above, Shalom.